This is the Osprey E300 VU35P, and I had originally intended on doing an unboxing setup video of it. However, once I got everything kind of set up, noticed that one of the hash boards wasn't exactly hashing properly. It would hash, and then after a couple minutes, it would pretty much completely die, cause the miner to restart. Essentially what was happening is we're getting tons of hardware errors on that specific hash board. The other two are working perfectly fine. Didn't really matter what I set the clocks to or the voltages to. I got a hold of Osprey support. They were super helpful and super quick in their responses. And we did some troubleshooting. And we basically came to the realization that there's probably something wrong with the hash board. So they want me to remove it and send it back. And then they're going to send me a replacement hash board. So, really simple process so far. They are issuing me a return label to send it back. And so today we're actually going to be disassembling a little bit of the Osprey E300. Now, this is the latest model in that it actually has the mods to all of the hash boards for cooling and for enhanced voltage control. So let's go ahead and get this thing disassembled, take a look at the inside of it, and then we'll get the hash board out. And they did send me a diagram of the essentially the hash board layout. So this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. And this is the Noctua version. So we do have Noctua IPPC fans on here, as opposed to the stock fans, or the regular fans that you would get. And right off the bat, we can see we've got our two regular heat sinks, and then we also have the narrow one, with the narrow one being, according to their diagram at least, this is FPGA 0. And then this is 1, this is 2. So this is actually the faulty board. Let's go ahead and undo the data connection. And we'll just slide it straight out. There you can see the board. And you can see all of these little heat sinks that are on here. This is part of the kind of what you need to do if you have an existing E300 to provide adequate cooling for the overclocks. I do have a newer version of it, and they came pre-installed. So yours may not have those on there. They do have diagrams on their Discord on, getting those specific heat sinks and where they need to be placed. So there's the FPGA circuit board, and then if we flip it over, there you can see the full heat sink. And we're going to go ahead and slide out the other ones and just inspect them. Make sure they are good. We didn't really hear any wiggling or anything on the inside when we got the unit. So I'm expecting all of these to be fine. This one does have a little bit of sticker residue, it looks like, on the heatsink, is all that is. That's interesting. We'll go ahead and get that cleaned up. Get that residue off of there. Alright, we've got our two hash boards back in. We're going to go ahead and put the fan back on. And then we're going to fire this up. We're going to run it with two hash boards. And we're going to send this third one back and wait on the replacement. But in the meantime, we will be able to fully hash on these. And we should be getting a pretty decent hash rate still with just two boards attached. I did do some decibel readings of the fan noise at around 80% steady fan, which is what I had it set to provide pretty decent cooling with the Noctua fans. it was right around 68 decibels. So not super quiet, but not ASIC obnoxiously loud. I do have this in an apartment environment, and so these are perfect for me. They're pretty much the same noise level as what like my Baikel G28 is. So, and this is actually going to be situated right next to it, so that's actually perfect for me. Now the system's booted up. We are in the Osprey dashboard for the E300, and we can see that hashboard 0 and 1 are online, and 2 is disconnected. So we've got power off, obviously, and not applicable for everything, meaning that there's no hashboard in that slot. So we indeed did pull the correct card, and we can see that we're running at 700 millivolts on both of the hashboards that are still connected. Hop on over to the miner page, we can see I'm running 700 on the core clock. And if we hop on over to the miner logs, we can see we're getting accepted shares, and we're running at just under 700 millivolts. Our core clock is 700 megahertz. And we can see each board is doing right around 5.57 gigahashes per second for a cumulative amount of 11.14 gigahash a second. So that's still pretty good for a single card, or for two cards rather, while we're waiting for our replacement hash board. So we'll still be hashing away at 11.1 gigahash per second. Let's go ahead and hop on over to hashrate.no and go to calculator. And would we say that was 11.14? In the CASFAT hash rate, we can do 11,140. Run calculate. I'm not tracking power right now. The power is pretty minimal on this unit, and I'm only at 5 cents per kilowatt hour. So from a revenue standpoint, we're looking at 182 CASPA a day, which at the current market value is around $3.90. Obviously, massive drop off from when I pre-ordered the unit, but that's okay. We do have some bit streams coming up for Radiant and for Ironfish, so we'll definitely be able to leverage those, and hopefully we'll have our replacement hash board before those bit streams drop to the public, so that we'll be able to kind of maximize on that early on as soon as that bit stream drops. If we hop on over to the pool, we can see it's still ramping up, but right now it looks like it's reporting 4.8 gigahashes. It is still ramping up. It's only been on for a couple minutes. And if we hop back over to the miner logs, and let's just scroll down, and here you can see we aren't getting any errors at all on these two hash boards. So realistically, we probably clock these a little bit higher, but for now I'm just going to leave these at this hash rate and let them continue to hash away, and we should be getting, right around 180 or so CASPA a day.